and welcome back. Well, it's going to be a pickups and a little bit of information. I've got two new systems to show you, one little handheld and games from 12 different systems. Let's take a look. Well, Atari. They have revealed images of the new Ataribox, the company's first video game console in more than 20 years. The Ataribox will come in black, with ribbed lines, wood panelling and a throwback to the original console which was released back in 1977. The Ataribox will feature 4 USB slots, a HDMI connector and an SD card reader. Atari said the front panel could either come in wood or glass, and that the company planned to launch 2 versions of the console, a wood edition and a black and red edition. Atari did not release any details of the internal features of the new device, but said that while it would be re-releasing classic games, the console also featured modern gaming content. So this is going to be some sort of emulation device, as I thought. But new games potentially coming out of Atari for their own console. Let's keep watching this. We don't know what the controller's going to look like. Is that why we've got 4 USB ports? Let's wait and see. Right, well, the first game I thought I'd show you was actually named a game last week. I know a few of you got it. And that is the fantastic Super Huey for the 7800. I picked this up at the Expo. Last time I played this was on the old Commodore 64. It's a brilliant flight simulation. And the winner of Name a Game this week was Kieran Arthurs. Jason Mansell was very, very close. But this time, no cigar, sir. Jason now looks at you, Kieran, as a bit of competition. So good luck. Can you name this week's? Think you've got it? Good luck. Well, I said I was going to expand on my 32X after getting that console, and the games that I've picked up for it so far are Cosmic Carnage, Tough Man Contest, Motocross, couldn't help myself, FIFA 96, and, even though the case does look like a reprint, Space Harrier. Got myself a game for my Sony PSP, Pursuit Force. Can't wait to give that a proper blast. I've watched a little bit online, looks really interesting, really action packed, so can't wait to give that a go. While I was actually purchasing that, I also decided to pick myself up a little handheld system, you know, very retro, made by Grandstand, and it's Thunderbird's Danger at Ocean's Deep, or rather Danger at Ocean Deep. You know, these were handhelds back in the day, not like your Game Boys, your PSPs, you know, your DS's, none of that. These were your handhelds. Little simple, one game, away you go. Sticking with the retro stuff from the 16-bit era, got a couple of games from my Mega Drive, or Genesis, depending on where you are. And that is Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master. And I also picked up Herzog, is it? Don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I don't know if that's Zeal or what. I don't know. You lot correct me. Must admit I've not played them yet. I know that Herzog is a shoot 'em up. Can't tell you any more than that. But we'll give it a go. And I'll let you know how I got on with them. Wanted to expand though on my Wii U collection. But I am only collecting games that only come out on the Wii U. Incidentally, if you haven't guessed already, yes, I am full of the lurgies, so my apologies, my voice does get a bit croaky. But anyway, I picked up Zombie U, and I picked up Bayonetta 1 and 2. Right, the first of two consoles I want to show you today. Pretty certain this is now 20 to 21 years old. The ill-fated Atari Jaguar. Atari were trying to convince us to do the numbers with this 64-bit console. And in fact, it's actually two 32-bit chips put together. Tom and Jerry, if memory serves. If I'm wrong, point it out to me, please. It's not a great console, but it's not really a poor console either. You know, it didn't have a massive following, so unfortunately, if you're not doing the numbers, pardon the pun, you know, you're gonna go bust. And of which, not shortly after, Atari did back in 2013. Now, as for the controller, yes, it's big. It does look cumbersome. Yeah, it is what it is. But to be quite honest and frank, it's very comfortable in my hands. You know, I have got big hands, I will give you that. But where you grip the controller, it feels great. The buttons feel right in the right place. You know, they feel in the right place, they really do. And as for the crazy amount of buttons, yeah, I get it. But once you click these cards in place, you know what? You can't really go wrong. He says, as he's struggling to get the damn thing in on camera. There we go. That's obviously the one for Cybermorph, just makes it easier. You know what buttons to press. But I don't think there's much wrong with that. The two games that I got with it, one is the packing game, and that is Cybermorph. It does look very similar to Star Fox in, you know, that the way it flies and that. Again, this gets a lot of complaint, you know, a lot of hate is thrown at this game for what it is. There's not really a huge amount wrong with it. I've only played it, granted, yeah, for 10-15 minutes. It doesn't super excite me, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I can't turn around and say it's an absolute poor game, because it isn't. You know, it's fine. And if I was playing this, you know, 20 odd years ago, I'd have been more than happy. So, you know, incidentally, you can see the quirky shape of the actual cartridge itself. Very unique. Brilliant. Right, the second game that I've got for it is quite possibly the best game for the system, and that is Alien vs Predator. I had an absolute blast. I lost track of time actually playing this one, and if I was playing this game 20 years ago, it would have blew my mind. It was brilliant, it really is. You know, I'm running down halls, I'm coming across the odd alien, I'm shooting them away. All of a sudden, I hear that clicky sound that the predators create. You know, I'm looking around. Where are they? Where are they? Thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually thoroughly enjoyed both games, if I'm honest. But this is brilliant. I will be playing this a lot more. And incidentally, if you have any games out there that you think I should get, drop me a line. Let me know. You know, what should be the next games I get for this system. I've not got the CD add-on, obviously, that sits on the top here. They are a bit expensive, if I'm honest, but that will be something I'll look to get at some point. But so far, you know, I can't knock it. Right, the games I'm going to show you next is from one of my most favourite consoles, and that's purely because, you know what, it is one of those easy consoles to collect for, because it's got everything. And that's the PlayStation 2. I've got Shinobi, which is obviously a remake of those cult classic games. It's nothing like those games, but I do like the way the red scarf swirls around when you're fighting. Metal Slug 4. Brilliant game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very much of the same. If you're into the Metal Slug series, you can't go wrong with any of that. Now, Crisis Zone. If you're in the know, that is basically Time Crisis 3. Fantastic shoot 'em up. Dead or Alive 2, which we all know is a great beat 'em up. Don't forget those booby physics. Now this next game, I always wanted to get it, and for whatever reason I never did. There was always something else out or something else that caught my eye. But after listening and watching reviews on the prequel, which is, but it is in fact the latest version, it is the original Beyond Good and Evil. I've only switched that on for a few minutes, not really got into it yet, but can't wait to. And the last game that I've picked up is the Ultimate Alliance. That I've thoroughly enjoyed. I've only give that a few moments of my time as well. I do quite like the way all the heroes will run around with you. You can switch from being Spider-Man to the Hulk to being Thor or Wolverine at any time you want. It's a very enjoyable game. Staying with PlayStation, for the PS3 I got Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That's a brilliant beat 'em up. I really do like the way they've mashed those two worlds together. There's nothing like all of a sudden having Sir Arthur come in and save the Hulk. Absolutely brilliant, it really is. Now this next game I know nothing about, I've not had time to play it. I'm just quickly reading the back. Remix Memories, Change the World, Neo Paris 2084, a world where memories can now be digitised and traded. There are no secrets anymore. Why don't you lot tell me what it's all about? Remember me. Know nothing about it. As you can see, it's a Capcom game, so it's got to be good. I don't know of many Capcom games that are made poorly, but I can't wait to actually give that a proper blast. And my last one, it's made by Square Enix. Is it Nia? Is it Nia? I don't know, you tell me. The sequel's not long come out on the PlayStation 4. I never got a chance to play that back when it was first released on the PS3. I've only gave it a really small moment of my time. It plays a little bit like Devil May Cry, a little bit. I'm only playing the first level, but from what I can see, possibly I've missed a bit of a hidden gem there. Looks brilliant. The graphics look fantastic. In fact, certainly on these two, from what I've seen, the graphics absolutely fantastic. Sound, music, fantastic. This I need to obviously hammer. This I need to start. But I just need to obviously devote a little bit more time to these games at the moment. I think it's nothing worse than actually having some on your shelf that you've never even played, and that for me is criminal. So I need to give that a go at some point. But I really do need to crack on with that one as well. Right, what did I get next? That was it. Xbox Original. Can't leave you out. Far Cry Instincts. And Instincts Evolution. I am having a bit of a Far Cry moment, if I'm honest with you, because while getting those, what I also spotted for the Wii was Far Cry Vengeance. I only just started playing this one. Only really tip of the iceberg sort of stuff. Looks like a reporter's jumped off your ship, gone off around the island. Your ship gets attacked, or boat rather, it's not a ship. Gets attacked, blown to bits by gunships. You've swum ashore, and you're now working your way across the island. It really is good. Even by today's standards, it's a good game. Just go out and buy it. Staying with Xbox, but moving on to Xbox 360. I got myself Gears of War 3. I've completed the first one. I'm about halfway through the second, so I've got that one in readiness. And I also picked up, I'm having a bit of a Far Cry moment. Far Cry Instincts Predator. Now, what this actually is basically the two original Far Cries, Instincts and Instincts Evolution, remastered for the 360. So I'm going to play all of them anyway because I want to see if they've missed anything out, but really happy to add that to my collection. Right, on to my last load of games. Told you I was certainly having a Far Cry moment. Far Cry 4, but I also got myself Battlefield 1, The Elder Scrolls Online, and I love my football games, FIFA 17. Now, Battlefield 1, my friend in work also got this at the same time I did, Danny. Thoroughly enjoying it. I know he loves his first person shoot 'em ups, and he has got a good one there. Very little played again. I just don't seem to find the time to hammer the systems the way I want to. Far Cry 4, criminal, not been touched. Elder Scrolls, me and my wife have enjoyed that so far. You know, it was a bit of a pain getting online, if I'm honest, but you know, we're there now. I really do like the way, you know, I'm being attacked by a group of people or a monster or whatever, and if I can spot somebody else online that's close by and I can sort of lure the monster out to both of us, then that person will jump in and give me a hand. So I really do appreciate that. Thoroughly enjoying it. FIFA 17, yeah, I know. I bought it really late in the day. But let's be honest, they do improve the series each year. They really do. You know, I will hold my hands up and say that. But do they improve it enough for me to shed out, what is it, come on, £45–50 a game? You know, it's a little bit dear to be throwing that out every single year. Right, getting right to the end now. So, my second console, yes, I'm late to the show, I know, but that is the Xbox One. I've picked this up from my very good friend Gordon Worsfold. Me and Gord occasionally buy tat off each other, and I'm happy to say that the sound does work on this one, Gord, thanks for that. But, you know, what a beast. It does weigh quite a bit. You know, there's the back of it with the usual, you know, the usual plugins that are required for these sort of consoles. You know, USB at the side there as well. But I can't get over how heavy the damn thing is. You know, once you factor in, power bricks, come on Microsoft. There really is no need for power bricks. There really isn't. You know, I've got a couple of other consoles here that I want to do a size comparison to. Sorry, PlayStation 4. You know, look at this, compare the two sizes there. You know, there's no need. Sony has not used a power brick day one. Microsoft has been using power bricks. But you know what? I think they finally got it right with the Xbox One S. Now this console has been very kindly loaned to me by Kieran. I do appreciate it. And that is a beautiful looking console. It really does look nice. There's no power brick required for this. It's all in-house, as it were. You know, you get it right with this. Why you're still using these things is beyond me. And you know, you can see how far Microsoft has come along. You know, yes, you've got the new Xbox One X coming out, which is going to be the smallest console of all time. But you know, Sony really do it better when, you know, and I'm not having a dig at Microsoft. It may sound like it, but if you want something smaller, and let's be honest, more powerful, then the PlayStation has it all. But I'm really happy to own this. I'm going to be honest, I am going to only collect Xbox One games only for it. I'm not interested in the rest of the library because some of them I probably already have, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. but I'm more than happy to finally have this. And you know, looking at the controllers for it, just give that a bit of a wipe down. It's a little dusty, sorry. You know, the controller for it, it's what you expect. It really is. You know, it's a lovely design. Everything's in the right place. Very, very comfortable. And you know, I have big hands, but again, I'm going to compare that to the PlayStation. If I'm honest, the PlayStation, there's not a huge amount in size, is there? Maybe a little bit bigger. Get that out of the way. You know, I've got big hands, I've already said that. I would maybe give it to the PlayStation for sheer size, but if my hands were certainly a little bit smaller, and you know, I could certainly wind hours on that. But you know, it's nothing like the big Duke though, is it? You know, look at the size of that monster. And I actually really do like this controller, even though it is very big. It's perfect for my hands, it really is. But I'm really happy to own it. You know, if there's any Xbox only titles out there you think I should be getting, then please tell me, let me know. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it for you. Give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and drop me a line. What else should I be looking at? Is there any hidden gems out there you think I should be looking at? Let me know. And I'll catch you again. Take care.